If the Gita is there, focus only on Gita. All else is just stories. Gita is not a story. Gita is a philosophical document of the highest order. It is not storytelling.
Pranam Acharya ji. You have told many times in the same Chandogya Upanishad session is to know the thing, not to accumulate the thing. Sir, when you speak, then at that time it feels okay. I am getting the gist that okay. Sir, I'm like, but in real life, I'm not able to differentiate. Okay, to what is to know that this thing I know and this thing I have accumulated in my day-to-day life. That okay, and this is the process of knowing, and this is how to differentiate between the both.
No, a thing is known at two levels. The second level being more important than the first. The first level is to know the thing at the level of the fact. The second level is to know the thing at the level of the impact. I must know, let's say I have a gadget in front of me. I must know the gadget at the level of the fact. What does that mean? I must know how it works, how it was manufactured, where did the raw material, the metals, the minerals come from, how much does it cost, the company that has manufactured it, what are its credentials. There are so many things with pertaining to the facts that I need to know of. Though I'll never be able to know fully, and it's not even very important to know it fully. But you must at least have a certain level of factual appreciation of anything that you have in front of you, anything that is important to your worldly and material life. Then comes the second level, which I said is more important, the level of the impact. What does that gadget mean to you? That's what you must know. Why is that thing with you, first of all? Why is that sitting on your table? Why are you thinking of it? What has that thing done to your mind? Has it brought peace and clarity? Or has it become a burden on the mind? That's what I mean when I say don't accumulate. No. Accumulation invariably means that you have a thing without knowing it. If you know a thing very well at both the levels, the level of the fact and the level of the impact, then having that thing is no more a problem. Then it's not an accumulation. Then it's a healthy relationship. To accumulate is to have a fridge without ever knowing what it is for. And you keep something on the top of the fridge and you think that's what probably it is for. One day you advance in your knowledge and you start using the fridge as an armira. Or you start using the walls of the fridge as canvas to paint on. That's accumulation. You have something without even knowing why you have it, and you're just carrying on with it. A drag on life. Whereas if you know the thing and you also know why you must have that thing, and then having that thing is no more a problem. The fine print is when you know yourself and when you also know what place things have in your life, then you find that there are not too many things that you really need. And when there are things that you really need, you will go all out to attain them. Because now those things are not for your personal accumulation, but for a higher purpose. Mostly we accumulate because we don't appreciate. Our accumulation runs concurrent to our ignorance. Have this stuff, have that stuff, have that stuff. Why? Why have all the stuff? Because you know none of the items in the stuff. Like going to a shop and not knowing what you really need. So you end up buying a lot of miscellaneous stuff. The size of your carry bag then and the numbers of carry bags is just a representation of the size of ignorance.
Sir, you have told the things in the context of the physical thing. I have a bottle, I need to know. Not merely having it on my table doesn't suffice. I should know, okay, what is the reason and from where I am thinking. I totally agree with, I totally got that. Sir, but I want to ask the knowledge right now. Okay, I know I need to eat healthy. I have to work a certain routine. I know, yes, the things are alluring to me. I know that when I'm in office, I know that okay, I like to talk to people and be in the crowd. But I know that okay, I don't have to do that, and I'm acknowledging that okay, I'm alluring to the crowd. I know that okay, there is a certain path I have to be in that part only and work that way. At that way, I have the knowledge, but sometimes it doesn't impart in life that I know that things. Many people know many things, but that doesn't substantiate in the life.
No, in that moment when you do something else or slip away, in that moment you do not know anything. Knowledge is not something you can accumulate and keep in a corner. Knowledge is something you have to live in. When you say you know and you still slip, I'm asking, do you know in the moment when you slip? In that moment you know a lot of other things. In that moment there is a lot of other stuff that is impinging on you and capturing you. So then the trick is to be very, very careful in negating, in keeping things away. Merely having good, sound, positive knowledge will not help you. You must also have a negative determination. What do you mean by negative determination? The determination to negate. The determination to negate. You can have a great bowl full of something delicious, some fluid. How many flies does it take to ruin the entire bowl? One. Now you have been given the bowl by the teacher, let's say. The bowl is full of knowledge and it's delectable, both nutritious and delicious. What's your responsibility now? Teacher has given you a fine big bowl of nice edible stuff. What's your responsibility? Your responsibility is to keep the flies away from it. So your attitude has to be in the direction of negation. The bowl you will have, but the bowl will be of no help if you have the bowl plus flies. If you have the bowl plus flies, so the flies have to be kept away. That's what I'm calling as negative determination. So you are getting what you are getting from the teacher, that's okay. But you are also getting a lot of other things from other places, like flies. Are you sweating them away? No, you are not. Because you have some relationship there, some concern, some story, some allurement, something else is there. You have what the teacher has given you, but you also have something additional. That additional stuff you are not keeping away, and you are convincing yourself that you are fair to the teacher because you have stored everything that he has given you. To that extent, right. But what about the other things you have stored? Who will put them aside? And when those other things become very meaningful to you, in that moment you lose all knowledge. Your memory is corrupted. You start thinking of miscellaneous things and you slip. And then you say, oh, I had the knowledge, I still slipped. No, you didn't have the knowledge. In the moment of the slip, all knowledge had been suspended, kept aside, made invisible, put behind your back. It's not the failure of knowledge, neither is it the failure of the teacher. It is a failure of attention. Neither the teacher nor the knowledge has failed. Something additional has succeeded.
In day-to-day life, for a day-to-day thing, when I'm alone, I'm able to practice that. I keep my phone away, or I do the works that needs to be done. Okay, fine. But when I'm with the people, then the things become, because when I'm alone, I'm able to do what the regular routine.
I've already answered, son. When you are with people, then the people become more important than the knowledge. Full stop. What do you mean by people? Persons, right? One person is there in front of you, offering you companionship. One is there offering you a job. One is there offering you entertainment. One is offering you probably sexual pleasure. And these things become the more important flies. That's it.
In my office, so that also needs to be catered. I cannot be totally cut off.
You can keep catering to it. There is no solution to that. You cannot come to the truth while being pegged to something else. The moment somebody says, no, truth is all right, but first of all I have to take care of my office, then truth is not something that would ever tolerate being secondary to something else. Everything has to be subservient to the truth. If there is something that you find more important than the truth, then the truth will never admit you or embrace you. We want to play super smart. We want to have all the worldly goodies and parallelly, as a bonus, have some spiritual benefit. It does not work that way. It cannot work that way. It's simple. Why don't you see that? If your office is an impediment in your spiritual growth, discard your office, full stop. And often you do not really need to take such extreme measures. It is possible to have methods that are more tactical in nature but still succeed. However, if conditions are such that it has to be a simple and direct choice between these two things, let's say office and internal growth, one excluding the other. Sometimes it happens that the two choices are mutually exclusive. You can have either one or the other and there is no overlap possible. If it comes to that, then you must be prepared to pay the extreme price. Though having this kind of an exclusive situation is not really the aim. First of all, we try to have methods where you can have your internal calm and your internal attentiveness without really having to fight a great battle in the world. Because that is not the objective, to needlessly fight battles in the world. No. So you try to not to engage with the world too much and still succeed within. But then life is such that sometimes you come to that kind of a point where you have to make drastic choices. If drastic choices are asked of you, you should not be found wanting or hesitating or shy or unwilling to pay the price.